Paige Bueckers is out against the Lynx, and it is a pity because Paige has been very good. She's been very good this year.
A WNBA rookie's dream, one meticulously built on years of dedication and heralded by an orchestra of hype, is alarmingly veering towards an unfolding nightmare. This isn't the classic tale of an underdog battling overwhelming odds, nor is it the standard narrative of a young player adjusting to the rigors of professional sports. For Paige Bueckers, arguably the WNBA's brightest and most anticipated rookie star in recent memory, the most palpable threat isn't an opposing team's strategy. It's a storm brewing within her own locker room, casting an ominous and deeply unsettling shadow over her career before she's even had a fair chance to let it fully blossom.
At this point, I don't believe DiJonai Carrington is going to make it throughout the season, man. Fans is demanding for her to be banned from the league because she did 2 dirty plays in her matchup yesterday against the Seattle Storm. Yes, 2 dirty plays plus a flagrant foul. This is starting to become a habit for DiJonai Carrington, and as of right now, it's looking real spooky for her.
Let's begin with the harsh truth confronting Paige Bueckers.
Paige Bueckers didn't just enter the WNBA, she arrived as a phenomenon, the undisputed #1 overall pick carrying the weighty expectations of a league eager for its next transcendent superstar. She was seen as a generational talent, a player with the rare combination of skill, court vision, and charisma, expected not merely to fill seats, but to fundamentally elevate the Dallas Wings franchise to championship contention. Her initial foray into the professional ranks did nothing to dispel these lofty predictions. Averaging a stunning 14.7 points, 6.7 assists, and 4.7 rebounds through her first 6 games, she wasn't just playing well, she was making history, becoming the fastest player in over a decade to accumulate 40 career assists. Comparisons to WNBA legends were already being whispered, a testament to her immediate impact. But this exhilarating ascent was about to collide with a terrifying and unforeseen obstacle.
But DiJonai just did it again. Like, it happens once a game right now. And how DiJonai Carrington did not get called for a flagrant foul like on this, she has the greatest whistle of all time because, like, look, how many times does this need to happen before, like this is going viral even on freaking Brick Center.
The epicenter of much of this growing trepidation is her teammate, DiJonai Carrington. Carrington is a player who has rapidly, and perhaps deliberately, cultivated a reputation as one of the league's most aggressive and undeniably most reckless and controversial figures. Frustrated fans have taken to social media in droves, with a significant chorus demanding she be suspended or even banned from the league entirely. Their grievances are not based on isolated incidents, but on what they perceive as a consistent, alarming pattern of dangerous plays that frequently cross the line from tenacious defense to outright endangerment of opponents. This isn't merely about playing hard. It's about a style that seems to invite chaos and risk, repeatedly putting fellow athletes in precarious situations.
To block, and no reason to get Williams landing zone. Thug play. Exactly. This is insane. Exactly. One of the dirtiest players in the game, DiJonai Carrington, doing DiJonai Carrington things. Exactly, bro. She started to give herself a name as a dirty player, and it's nobody's fault but her own.
The first major jolt to Bueckers' rookie campaign came in late May. Following a collision during a game, she was diagnosed with a concussion, an injury that forced her to miss 4 pivotal games. While it's crucial to note that Carrington was not the player who made direct contact in that specific instance leading to the concussion, the injury occurred within an increasingly tense team environment, one where questions about overall player safety and the pervading culture of aggression were already beginning to surface, largely fueled by Carrington's on-court conduct. The timing of Bueckers' injury, therefore, only amplified the existing red flags. With their star rookie sidelined, the Dallas Wings visibly struggled, sinking to a miserable 1-9 record. They lost more than just Bueckers' impressive stat line. They lost her invaluable on-court leadership, her playmaking ability, and a significant portion of their fighting chance to salvage a rapidly deteriorating season.
In a tweet from Underdog WNBA, the Paige Bueckers is out for concussion protocol. I have no idea when Paige Bueckers got hit. I have absolutely no idea. And maybe that could have been why she was very, very, very cautious at the end of the game.
Carrington's own on-court actions have provided a cascade of evidence supporting the concerns. In a particularly shocking display against the Los Angeles Sparks, Carrington was seen violently grabbing opposing guard Sarah Ashley Barker by the hair and forcefully yanking her to the floor. The scene was jarring, looking less like a basketball play and more like an unprovoked assault. Announcers covering the game were audibly disturbed, with one remarking that if Barker had been wearing hair extensions, they could have been ripped clean from her scalp. In a decision that left many bewildered and outraged, officials on the court dismissed this blatant act of aggression as a simple common foul. The league's subsequent silence on the matter was deafening, sending a troubling message about accountability.
Coach Paige was listed as probable, downgraded to out. We don't always see that. Can you give us any update on how she's doing?
Just dealing with an illness and just being extremely cautious and supportive as an organization. So.
This hair-pulling incident, however, was not an anomaly in Carrington's recent history. Earlier in 2024, during a high-profile game, Carrington intentionally targeted collegiate superstar and then future WNBA peer Caitlin Clark. The incident resulted in Clark sporting a noticeable black eye that persisted for weeks, a visible reminder of the encounter. Slow-motion replays of the play appeared to show Carrington bending her hand in an unnatural way, with her nails pointed directly towards Clark's face, suggesting a deliberate and malicious intent. Despite the visual evidence and the high-profile nature of the victim, no substantial disciplinary measures were handed down by the league. This lack of consequence appeared to only embolden Carrington, allowing her to continue her pattern of aggressive, risky play without apparent fear of reprisal.
Up until this point, I think quite a few of DiJonai's flagrants and dirty plays, or sorry, not dirty plays, dangerous plays, could be explained off as her getting almost too excited, trying to get a block, and just doing reckless things. Whereas this play cannot be explained off by that. This play cannot be explained off by that. And like, you've got the this is the commentator. This is the commentator.
Whoa!
The danger posed by Carrington's style of play even extended perilously close to Bueckers herself, albeit indirectly. In a game earlier in the season, Carrington committed a reckless and dangerous flagrant foul against Minnesota Lynx player Jessica Shepard. During a fast break, Carrington lunged aggressively at Shepard, delivering a forceful forearm blow that had the potential to cause serious harm. Paige Bueckers, her own teammate, was in very close proximity to the collision and could have easily been an unintended victim, caught in the shrapnel of Carrington's aggressive maneuver. While officials on the court did upgrade the infraction to a flagrant one foul after review, the subsequent punishment, if any beyond the in-game penalty, felt woefully inadequate given the severity and potential danger of her actions.
Dude, keep DiJonai Carrington far away from my team, man. Keep DiJonai Carrington far away from my team. There's a difference between playing hard and just playing reckless. Playing hard and playing dirty. Playing hard and playing like DiJonai Carrington. There is a huge difference.
Adding another complex and troubling layer to this already volatile situation is the dynamic involving Carrington and her girlfriend, Nelisa Smith, who is also a player for the Dallas Wings. Smith, once a highly touted prospect, drafted second overall in 2022, has seen her on-court performance decline dramatically, to the point where some statistical analyses have labeled her as one of the statistically worst-performing players in the entire WNBA. The relationship between Carrington and Smith, coupled with their individual on-court controversies and Smith's struggles, has reportedly contributed to a tense, dysfunctional, and increasingly toxic locker room atmosphere. Their apparent disregard for professional decorum reached a new low when they were seen joking about Carrington's infamous eye poke on Caitlin Clark during an Instagram live session. In a bizarre moment, Smith accidentally poked Carrington's eye, and both players laughed off serious questions from viewers about the Clark incident. This public display demonstrated a shocking lack of professionalism, respect for opponents, and accountability, further eroding team cohesion.
And flagrant fouls. How come every time I'm watching a flagrant foul, you're committing the foul? How come every time I'm watching a dirty play, you in the play? DiJonai, can we go a week without you flailing and going after somebody? Can we just go 1 week? That's all. Just 1 week, DiJonai. DiJonai Carrington decide.
Throughout this escalating series of on-court transgressions and off-court immaturities, WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, a figure who frequently and publicly emphasizes the importance of growing the league, attracting new fans, and upholding the sport's integrity, has remained conspicuously and troublingly silent. There have been no reported suspensions for the eye poke on Clark, no meaningful public consequences for the hair-pulling attack on Barker, and minimal, if any, official fallout from the dangerous foul on Shepard. It's as if the league's disciplinary committee operates on a whim, or perhaps is simply choosing to look the other way. This persistent lack of accountability isn't just disappointing, it's a serious and escalating safety concern. Every game Carrington plays without facing proper, proportionate discipline is another opportunity for a serious, career-altering injury to occur to an opponent, or even a teammate.
Because the fact is, Cathy Engelbert, the commissioner, Adam Silver, the NBA's commissioner, they need to continue to have pressure put on them, the league as a whole, until they decide to do something like, look, when I see a $100,000 fine come out, and I understand what their salaries are, I don't care. Till I see something like that, till I see what really ought to be like a 10-game suspension or something like that. There should be something significant that is going to send a message saying that there is no longer going to be this tolerance for this kind of dirty play. And it is what it is.
The Dallas Wings organization itself warrants severe and pointed criticism for its role in fostering this environment. When they made the decision to sign DiJonai Carrington, they were, or should have been, fully aware of her established reputation and history of controversial play. This wasn't a case of a player's behavior unexpectedly worsening after joining a new team. It was a calculated gamble, a conscious choice to bring in an individual with a well-documented pattern of aggressive and often dangerous on-court conduct. What was their rationale? Did they honestly believe her aggressive tendencies would magically dissipate once she donned a Wings uniform? Or did they prioritize potential on-court contributions over the safety and well-being of their other players, including their prized rookie, Paige Bueckers? This decision now appears not just questionable, but recklessly negligent, bordering on a dereliction of their duty to protect their athletes.
Seriously, what the hell is going on with Paige Bueckers? She got concussed in that game because she collided with another player on concussion protocol for 2 games. Then she got an additional game, a day off, and then she was cleared, but she's sick. What the hell, man? If I'm a season ticket Wings fan, I'll be pissed off right now. So she was cleared, but she was sick. Man, I don't know about Paige Bueckers, bro. I think her career is not going to last long if she continues with this, because that's kind of crazy. They act like she got smacked by TJ Watt or Ray Lewis or something.
For Paige Bueckers, this entire situation represents an extraordinary and unfair burden. A rookie season that should be a period of exciting growth, skill development, and joyful acclimation to the professional game has instead been marred by injury, controversy, and the unsettling reality of sharing a court and a locker room with a teammate whose actions consistently jeopardize player safety. The psychological toll of such an environment cannot be underestimated. Instead of focusing solely on her performance and team strategy, Bueckers might now be constantly, subconsciously, or consciously worried that the next practice session, the next drill, or the next close play in a game could result in another concussion or a different debilitating injury, potentially orchestrated or at least facilitated by the recklessness of someone on her own side. This isn't the foundation for growth. It's a daily battle for survival within what increasingly looks like a broken and unsupportive system.
Everybody's waiting now. All eyes on the commissioner. What's the punishment going to be? Is there going to be a punishment? Guys, if Caitlin Clark started dishing out fouls like this, Al Sharpton would be walking the streets. They would claim that Caitlin Clark literally had pitchforks and was wearing white sheets on the court if this was happening and Caitlin Clark was dishing out these kind of fouls. All right, and do we even want to call them fouls? I mean, look, they're worse than fouls.
That said, Paige Bueckers has been cleared. She officially will be available to play tomorrow after missing 4 games. She was out for concussion protocol, and then she was sick. She had an illness. So she is back. She's good to go. But this does beg the question, what are they going to do with Ty Harris? Because that's a loss, and they need help. They need help, and the power of friendship isn't going to fix this one.
There is a sliver of positive news amidst the turmoil. Paige Bueckers has reportedly been cleared by medical staff and is available to return to play after missing those crucial games due to the concussion protocol and a subsequent unrelated illness. However, her return to the court, while welcome, doesn't magically erase the deep-seated systemic issues that have been exposed. The WNBA finds itself at a critical and highly visible juncture. The league's long-term credibility, its commitment to player safety, and the very future of its brightest stars, like Paige Bueckers, depend entirely on its willingness to step up, enforce meaningful discipline, and unequivocally protect its athletes from reckless and dangerous behavior. The time for passive observation and muted responses has long since passed. Decisive, impactful action is urgently needed before another promising career is irrevocably damaged or prematurely ended by entirely preventable incidents. The question now looms large. Will the WNBA finally prioritize the safety and integrity of its game, or will its continued silence be interpreted as a tacit endorsement of the chaos, allowing more harm to be done?